Adjusting. Right. I think I'm good at adjusted. Here we go. Hey guys. How is everybody? Holy moly. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yay! How are my friends here? Hi! Hey guys. Awesome. Yay! So today we're going to talk about the algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, how it works, how we can make it work for you, why engagement is super low, and why you need to keep showing up anyway. So absolutely, this is a recording, and it will be recorded and reposted onto my page, onto my profile page, and in my IGTV, so that you guys can get all the yummy value for later. But yeah, so I am so glad that you all are here. I'm so glad that you guys have taken the time to be here. There's just so many people. I love it. From Cornwall, from Rome. Yes, yes, yes. I love you guys from England. Oh, you guys are all over the place. I love it. I love, love, love it. Thank you guys so much for coming on in. So let's go ahead and get this party started. I definitely don't want to waste anybody's time. I definitely want to make sure we are mindful and have the integrity of keeping your time, my time, short and sweet and all that good stuff. So this will probably be about 30 minutes. So let's get started. So let's talk about the algorithm, you guys. So the Instagram algorithm. How does the Instagram algorithm actually work? Well, the way that the Instagram algorithm works is that I first off want to tell you guys that it has not changed. It is not changing. It's just evolving in a way to allow more content creators to be seen, since there's so much content out there for the masses. It's so much in-your-face content. All the algorithm is doing is just basically taking a user could be anybody on the app, you, me, or someone else, takes what the user is doing and amplifying that and saying, hey, this is the things that this person likes. Let's put more of this stuff in their face. So that's why it's super duper consistent to be consistent. Super duper, I think I just said my words all over again. So it's just really, really important to stay consistent. You want to stay consistent considering that there is a lot of content being put out into the world every single day. And so as there's more content being put out, we want to continue to put out intentional content. Intentional content meaning authentic, organic content. It comes from the heart. It's inspirational. It's educational. It's relatable. You know, it's one of these things where we can grasp the viewer and bring them in and say, hey, like, we vibe. You want more of what I've got to show you. So the way that you do that is by being super duper authentic and very, very into what you do right now as tattoo artists. So as tattoo artists, we post tattoo photo after tattoo photo. That's not going to get us anywhere. That's actually quite boring. So you've got to understand that the reason why Instagram has all of these features is because people like content shown to them in different ways. Lots of people like Reels right now because it's really easy, digestible, 15 seconds worth of content. Some people like a longer form video, whether it be an IGTV or a 30-second video of you doing something tattoo-wise. People like educational. They want to understand how your processes go. They want to understand who you are as a person, why you got into the tattoo industry, what drives you to continue on to grow in this path. You know, people want that authenticity. They want that organic content. And they want it consistently enough to know that they can rely on you. It's all about trust at the end of the day. Like, I know that if I continue to post my however many times that I post. Currently, I post 5 times a week. I take 2 days off. I normally, on those 2 days, I post a lot of story content because that's where I'm at. And that's just how I do it. But a lot of the things that I tell my students, I'm like, hey, you know, 3 is good. 3 is great. 3 times a week. Don't overdo yourself. Don't overshoot yourself. Don't make it complicated. Do 3 different things a week and see how that works and try that out for 2 months. And if that doesn't work, try a different fucking avenue. That's all there is to it. So the algorithm really, really, what it does is it not only understands the habits of the user and tries to put more of that content in that person's face, but it also rewards users, like engaged users, creating more engaged users. Gustav, Come here. Sit down. Goose, come here. My dog is trying to chew on a chair right now. Come here. Come here. Okay. So, like I said, the algorithm is creating engaged. It's the algorithm, what it likes is that you're creating engaged users. So the more that you are consistent with your content and creating more engaged users, the algorithm's like, well, fuck yeah. The more this person keeps putting out good, authentic, intentional content that people like, we're going to keep showing it to more and more of their followers and more people outside of their follower team. So that is the huge part of it. So there's two parts to the algorithm. It's one, understanding the habits of people and putting more of that in their face. And number two is creating engaged users. So you are a tattoo artist, a business owner, a tattoopreneur. As a tattoopreneur, you have to understand that social media marketing falls under that line of tattoo business. You know, tattooing isn't the only thing that we do. We're entrepreneurs. We do all of it. So with social media marketing, you have to understand that by understanding that Instagram is a tool that you're utilizing to grow your business, you've got to follow the rules of growing that business. If you understand that, hey, I need to be creating more engaged users, so that means I need to be more consistent with the content that I post. I need to be more intentional. I need to be more mindful of what I'm posting every single day. Then absolutely the algorithm's going to work in your favor. And if you're constantly putting out variety, I don't want to see the same fucking thing every single day. Do you? Not me. If I'm going to see someone doing the same old thing over and over and over again, I'm just going to scroll past it. I'm guilty of it myself, where I'm just scrolling past tattoos where I'm just like, you know, because it's the same thing I see every time. But when I'm getting content from artists, especially tattoo artists that I really really look up to, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. They're showing me videos. They're showing me reels. They're showing me close-ups of how the needle touches the skin. They're showing me details. They're showing me befores. They're showing me afters. They're showing me an insight to who they are by posting photos of themselves. Like, these are the things that we're creating these emotional connections with people through a screen. Because no longer do we really want to deal with word of mouth. We're like, oh, those are some cool shoes. You know, where'd you get those shoes? No, nowadays we're like, let's look them up. Oh, they come in different colors. Oh, they do this. Oh, they do that. So it's like, you've got to understand that in this day and age, tattoo photos are no longer the thing. It's a thing of the past. You can't just have a beautiful portfolio. That's not what Instagram's about. It's not about having a portfolio. Instagram is not your portfolio. What Instagram is a unique personification of who you are and what you do. So it's who you are and what you do. If you can get those two things down, then you will understand what kind of content you need to be posting. And if you consistently post that type of content surrounding your tattoo style, surrounding who you are as a person, as you guys all know, when you see my content, I'm a spiritual human being. I am also a very vulgar human being, where I like to talk about tits and ass all the time. I think it's funny. That's just me. I'm allowed to be those things because that's who I am. That's uniquely myself. I'm also a tattoo business and spiritual coach. Like, I teach spiritual business. That's what I do. I believe in mindset. That's the kind of thing I do. And I do abstract realism as a tattoo style. So all of these things I put into my Instagram, just letting you know who I am and being like, here you go, people. Who likes this shit? And the people that like it are going to come to me and they're going to resonate and I'm going to attract them as long as I continue to do it consistently. If you do this you're like, oh, well, I was really consistent for 2 weeks and I didn't see any results. Well, of course you're not going to see any results because you weren't patient about it. You didn't put your full foot forward. And that's the problem. So if you're seeing your engagement going low because of the fact of the way that Instagram has changed their updates. So now you're starting to see a lot of stuff from accounts you don't follow that they think that you might follow. So that's what the Instagram algorithm is doing right now. That's why our engagement is so low, is because now we're not only in the realm of our followers seeing things they don't normally see, but that the algorithm thinks that they should see. So now we're a little bit in competition with this. And that is totally okay. Like, that is fine, because if I truly believe if you continue to show up continue to put the value out there, then that will it'll restart a snowball effect, and then it'll re-up itself. So I went 2 weeks with the lowest engagement I've had in a really, really, really long time. And then all of a sudden, but I continued to keep pushing forward, to not look at my numbers, to understand that the numbers aren't my worth, that the people that are watching, it doesn't matter the amount. Yes, I'm used to have 7,000 people looking at my shit every day. I'm used to 7,000 likes on certain things. I'm used to at least over 2,000 likes. I've been getting less than 1,000. That might sound like crazy pants to you, but when we're talking about just numbers and statistics on a personal level, on my own personal level. These are my statistics. So when I see that number drop, of course, the first thing I think is, holy shit, I'm doing something wrong. They don't like my stuff. And then now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There was an update. Let's figure what that is. So then I get into the logistics of it. So it has nothing to do with you, your engagement. You have to continue to show up. So what I did, I continued to show up as I normally do. I even asked questions in my stories. If you guys were there, you understood that I had a multiple choice questions. What would you guys like to see more of? And I followed that. I was like, hey, you want to see more of this? Got you. You want more tattoo technique work? Got you. You want more social media tips and tricks? I got you. Mindset stuff? Got it. But sounds like you guys want more tattoo techniques out of all those three things. So I'm posting more tattoo technique stuff. So it's just like I'm understanding my audience and posting accordingly. And that's what you have to do. So you have to remain consistent and patient, because the engagement's going to go up and down all the time. But if you give up due to numbers, due to the statistic, all the numbers should be telling you is what you should be doing next. Not anything having to do with your worth, not who you are as a person. None of that. None of that. It means nothing about you as an artist or as a person. Nothing. And I want to remind you of that, because we all get there. We all feel that way. We're all like, man, nobody likes my stuff anymore. Like, I should just give up. And that's definitely not the way that I want you to be handling this. I want you to be considerate of the fact that when things change, you have to change with it. And change is beautiful. It's an unknown. It's growth. And we want to grow in this. And we want this to be easier, right? I've been doing social media really, really heavy, like really, really statistically, really methodically, and really, really spiritually in the last 2 years. And I've grown over half my followers in the last 2 years by understanding these three things. And that's what I teach. And so that's why I'm saying you can't give up. It gets easier. You just have to continue to go and understand that this is a part of your business, and that you have to change the idea around, oh, you know, only 10% of my viewers see this and da-da-da-da. And, oh, well, you know, I'm seeing a lot of tattoo artists posting things like, you know, Instagram sucks, like they changed the algorithm again and all this stuff. And this is the reason why I'm having this, is because Instagram doesn't suck. They're really just trying to help creators get more exposure. But there's so many creators out there, and it's creators come in all shapes and sizes, whether, you know, it's all of the above. So we can't be mad at an app that is all it's trying to do is actually help us out. You know, it's trying to expose us more. Yeah, sure, I'm sure there's politics involved and all this other thing, but at the end of the day, you guys, like, I've never been busier, and I've gotten the least amount of engagement in my life. So, like, it really has nothing to do with your worth or how much money you're gonna make, okay? So just understand that numbers, it doesn't matter. Stay consistent with it. Engaged users, creating more engaged users, that's the reward. You get your shit seen more by more people, because you're keeping people on the platform. That's all that Instagram wants. Instagram wants your content to be so good. Now, if your content's just blah, whatever, boring content, then maybe that's what you should be focusing on, why your engagement is so low, instead of blaming the algorithm, because the algorithm's not doing it. All the algorithm is doing is like, well, this person, there's nobody who's liking this piece of content, so I'm not going to show it to more people. I'm going to show them this piece of content that they seem to be really liking right now. So let me show more of this content. And so, yeah, like for me, last 3 weeks ago, I think I was posting only reels. And that's, the engagement shot down. And I was like, you know what, I got to change it up. So I posted a single photo of myself, no carousel, no nothing. And then that shit shot back up. And then when I realized what was happening was that I wasn't putting enough variety out there, I was like, oh, okay. let me ask my audience what they want, because it's obvious that I'm just posting just to post. I catch myself doing it too, when I'm just like trying to keep up, posting just to post. And I'm like, let me take a step back. Let me rewind, recharge. Let me re-understand what I'm doing here, why I'm here, remembering my why. Why am I here? I'm here to not only build a beautifully successful tattoo business of my dreams, where I'm attracting all of my soulmate clients through an app, no less, through a free app, free advertisement app. And I get to tattoo what I love tattooing every single day. And now I'm teaching other tattooers to do the same. Like, that is my whole life. I fucking love that shit. That like melts my heart that I get to help other people do the same thing. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I show up. That's why I do the IG lives. That's why I post my content, is because I know in my heart and soul what the end result is going to be, because I just believe in it. Now, this is just mindset aspect talking, and this is something that you just have to understand. You have to believe in yourself first and foremost, because that's the time, that's what you're going to need the most when you're feeling super down, when you're like, my engagement's super low. I'm making this mean something about me and my worth. And you don't mean to. It's just societally conditioned for us to think that, because we have been living on these apps for almost 2 decades now. And now we're like, well, likes means I'm worthy, and no likes means I'm not worthy. So it's not, you have to understand that you have to first break that belief, and you have to believe that what you are doing is authentic and genuine, and what you're doing is putting value out there, and being vulnerable and being organic online and showing who you truly are. And then you get into the logistics of everything and being like, here, I'm going to be consistent 3 times a week. Make sure I post 3 times a week with different things, reel, on IG live, and a regular carousel post. I'm going to be educational about these kinds of posts. I'm going to be intentional about these posts. So there's logistics, and then there is the spirituality mindset side of it. So you have to have both balanced in order for this to work. And so when you have those 2 things, you're creating engaged users by being authentic. So you're going to get shown to more people, and you're being consistent enough to where the algorithm is going to show it to more people. So you're being consistent, not only at posting 3 times a week, but posting valuable, good quality fucking content. Quality can mean a numerous amount of things. It could be quality of the video or of the photo, how you take them. Get a good fucking camera, you guys. Like, it's a no-brainer. Don't have a fucking iPhone 8 anymore. Like, invest in your business and get an iPhone 12X Max, whatever the fucking newest thing is out these days. And then, and then make sure that you understand how to do photography. Take a fucking photography lesson. I have a photography lesson in my course for tattoos specifically. Okay? Which will be coming out in January or February, somewhere in there. Understand what else are part of your business and fucking invest in yourself and get it done, because that is the new marketing strategy. We don't go into bars anymore. We fucking had COVID and pandemics. We can't go to a bar and give someone a card. People don't even want to touch something that we've already touched. Like, it doesn't work like that anymore. It really doesn't work like that anymore. Now it's like you see a person with tattoos, you're like, hey, nice tattoos. And then if you have the time to give them an Instagram, like if they have the time to give someone an Instagram, then they go see your Instagram and then, they follow or whatever. But at the end of the day, where I make all my money is definitely through apps. It's through TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all the places that have social media, because that's where people are. That's where people are hanging out. People are hanging out in social media apps, trying to be entertained, trying to be distracted with whatever they're doing at that time. And that's why the algorithm works the way that it does. It's because it's trying to be like, hey, we want to keep you on this app. We want to keep you entertained. So keeping engaged users, and then being consistent and understanding that. So that's how the algorithm works. And I've just told you how you can make the algorithm work for you in that, okay? So you have to understand that, like, the way the algorithm works, the way that you can make it work for you, and the balance of how you do those two, both mindset and logistically, practically, that kind of thing, okay? And it's a big deal when you guys keep showing up as yourself, because you got to keep on showing up. Because if you don't, you will give up. You could, your engagement will only go lower if you give up. And, you know, a lot of times this isn't easy. It's not like you're just going to become this overnight sensation of understanding how to post content or even have the followers that you want to attract. Like right now, most people have they could have a ton of followers, but they're not as engaged with you anymore because you're changing and evolving. Trust me, I understand. As we change and evolve, what's going to happen is your fluctuation's going to go down. You're going to lose followers. And thank fucking goodness for that. Lose all the followers because we don't want them not engaging with our stuff and putting us at the bottom part of the algorithm, right? The more followers you have doesn't mean the more people are going to engage with your stuff. If actually the more followers that you have and then some of them don't even engage with your content makes it worse for you, because then the algorithm believes, well, the ratio between the people that are engaging with this and the ratio between the people that are not engaging with this is way off. So less engagement. I'm not going to put this content in front of more people or in front of more of their own followers because it seems like nobody even likes it. So like if you've bought followers before or, you know, done something of that nature, you're really screwing up, because what happens is that all those bots aren't going to like your shit. And so now you have 100,000 followers, but only 20,000 of those people like your stuff, but the algorithm shows it to 10% of bots. And then they're like, well, nobody's liking this shit. Nobody gets to see it. Oh, and my engagement's low, so I don't understand why. It's exactly why. So you have to understand that more followers doesn't mean more money. Actually, quality followers means more money. So if I had 1,000 people that, you know, spend $1,000 on me every month, that's what, $10,000, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, that's a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of money. If I had $1,000 for every day I tattooed, I'm gonna have a lot of money in that month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the thing. If I had $1,000 for every follower, I'd be making a shit ton of money. But the problem is that not all my followers are engaging with all my shit. So I would prefer to have less followers so that more people of my following that like my work will get to see it. And that's the point. So we do want to make sure that you understand that how the algorithm works. So you get the algorithm understanding that engaged users create engaged users, and that you have to be consistent with your content, because if your content isn't quality, good content, it's not going to show it to more people in your follower state or even outside of that, okay? And then by creating good quality content, intentional, authentic content as well, and variety of content, all three all together, then you are going to create more engaged users, which is in favor of the algorithm, and it will allow more people to bring up your engagement because more people are excited and entertained by the things that you're putting out, okay? So that's how the algorithm works. Woo! Did that in 24 motherfucking minutes. So I do want to say one thing too is, if you guys have any questions, it seems like I would be absolutely loved to answer any questions. If you guys want to ask me some questions right now, we do have 5 minutes. But yes, please do not forget to like rewatch this, watch this, do whatever you have to do, because I understand completely that you are basically going to want to like really, really get it ingrained into your head how this algorithm works, how Instagram works, why you shouldn't be blaming it, why you definitely need to be working on it, and all that jazz. So, alrighty guys, that's so sweet. I love you guys. Well, I will send you off into the abyss of this world. I hope you guys gained so much value from this. I will keeping it. It'll be in my profile so that you guys can rewatch and all the good stuff. And yeah, I love it. Love you guys. I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.